Guys, I can't believe what I've just read. Sergio Perez is being retained in that second seat alongside Max Verstappen after the summer break. Yes, I'm as shocked as you guys because what the hell? I thought we'd have to wait a little while into the middle of this summer break before we had an announcement. There's a testing day or a filming day that's happening on Wednesday for Red Bull with Daniel Ricciardo and Liam Lawson involved. I thought maybe they might wait to analyse that data a bit more and see if they're going to promote one of the two into the top seat alongside Max, or promote Liam Lawson or keep Daniel Ricciardo in the VCARB car and get rid of Red Bull, Perez entirely. But no, they haven't. And my first thought is, wow, how stupid of you, Red Bull. But then I'm also like, that must be a lot of cash that Sergio Perez brings in the form of merch revenue and sponsors and just the backing that he's got from Carlos Slim, one of the richest men in Mexico. Because I don't see, if you're looking at his seat from a performance perspective, he's failed miserably. He's been in the most dominant car in history, not this year, but over the last 2 years. And he's completely been outperformed by his teammate. He's not even like he's finished second every single time or on the podium step every single time alongside Max. He has been finishing 8th, struggling to get into the top 5, like the lower half of the top 10. This year, struggling to get out of Q1. He's already cost Red Bull a fortune in regards to repairs. He's very much at the top of the standings, or near the top of the standings of the money that he has cost the team in crashes, the crash table that I know floats around online. So I just don't get it. And look, Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly and Danny Kvyat were let go for performing nowhere near as poorly as Sergio Perez, which indicates that yes, he is being kept on for reasons outside of performance and racing. Now, the statement from Christian Horner is not one particularly that he's given to a newspaper, so I'm still kind of taking this with a little pinch of salt. But supposedly it comes from inside the Red Bull factory at Milton Keynes. And the Telegraph reports that Horner informed hundreds of workers at the Red Bull factory that Perez would be holding onto his seat for the rest of the season. Horner is quoted as saying, "Checo Perez remains a Red Bull driver despite all the speculation of late. We look forward to seeing him perform at circuits where he has done well in the past after the summer break." So I'm taking that statement with a pinch of salt because it's not a statement of encouragement to the wider media. Maybe that's coming. You'd also look pretty stupid, even as a team boss, to make a statement like that in front of all of the workers. But on the flip side, if you want to dig into the detail, he states, "will remain a Red Bull Racing driver." Now, while he would look stupid, as we just mentioned, by making a statement like that in front of the whole factory, in front of all the staff, he says Red Bull Racing driver, and he hasn't made a specific statement about the second seat. It's reported here that he would be holding on to his seat for the rest of the season, but that's not the actual quote that has come out from the Telegraph per se. So Perez remains a Red Bull Racing driver. Well, isn't every driver that's in the Red Bull system a Red Bull Racing driver? So the devil's in the detail. Has that left him open to, well, yeah, he's going to remain a Red Bull Racing driver, but he could remain a Red Bull Racing driver in the VCARB team? Because I think the specifics are that every Red Bull Racing driver, every driver in that Red Bull system that drives for VCARB is technically on loan. So they're not actually a VCARB driver, they're a Red Bull Racing driver. So who knows? There's a test that's still happening, or a filming day that's happening on Wednesday, between which Daniel Ricciardo and Liam Lawson are taking part in. And look, I still think, I don't know, something still thinks in me that Daniel Ricciardo is going to be in that second seat. All of the social media that's happened offline, well, I say offline, away from the track, in regards to Daniel Ricciardo participating in these Q&A, these fun videos that normally would be done with the teammate. He did with Max Verstappen over the course of the Belgian weekend. He's still very marketable as well, Daniel Ricciardo. Maybe they're not going to get rid of Sergio Perez entirely, and he will be demoted to the VCARB team still, because they'll still get that cash from his revenue and these merch sales and so forth. But if this statement is correct, and if Sergio Perez is in that second seat come Zandvoort, the Dutch Grand Prix, in 3 weeks' time, they have basically just thrown away the constructors, and I think it's a slap in the face to so many drivers on the grid, because it just shows that he's not there for performance reasons. We quite evidently, and we know this in F1, unfortunately, we don't have the best drivers on the grid. And the fact of it, he's been in one of the most dominant cars ever, and has the fortune of driving those dominant cars and still underperformed, when others would most definitely have got more out of them. Yeah. Gasly, Albon and Kvyat must be sitting there right now at home going, huh? I didn't do as bad as this guy. But of course, I didn't bring as much money in. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think this statement is true and Perez is retaining his seat? Or are they still going to make a change? There's something that still thinks in the back of my mind, but they're going to make a change still. And this, I think, is a bit of lip service. And I don't think Horner, I know I said he looks pretty stupid saying that statement in front of all the factory workers, but I don't think he's ashamed to go back on any decision or anything that he said in the past, and change his mind again. So yeah, there's still time. I'm still shocked by this support. I didn't think they'd come out and make it, but yeah, it's a definite change in direction that I don't think anyone saw. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with this decision? Do you think he should be gone? And if he is going to be gone, who do you think it should take his place? But yeah, it looks like he's going nowhere for now, and we're going to get more Perez struggling to make it through Q1 and finish in the top 10.